here's the deal. I am not picking one of these players. I will give my input. Damon and Bo will have to agree upon not only the picks, but whether or not we look for a trade down.
Yeah.
Buckle up. This is going to be our most in-depth draft to date here on January 30th. Let's get creative. Let's remember, let's have fun, guys. This is supposed to be fun.
That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
You believe him?
No, not in the slightest.
Yeah, I don't either at all.
No, he's a filthy liar, and he can't help himself.
That's rude. You're rude. All right, Arizona Cardinals, 16th on the clock here. We're gonna go public. Maybe slide. Okay.
Don't mess with the sliders.
All right, sorry about that. Already screwing up here. We're gonna enter the draft. And Bo and Damon, you're in control. I'm just an innocent bystander here.
Yeah. I mean, if you give me the sticks on here, I think that we should start the draft.
Okay.
And let's just see how the first 15 picks go. Who went number 1 overall, Johnny?
Number 1 overall went, oh geez. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, McMillan, Will Johnson, Shador, Mason Graham, Malachi Starks, Luther Burden, the wide receiver from Missouri, Campbell, the tackle from LSU, followed by Simmons, the tackle from Ohio State. But then we have murderer's row here. Pierce, Abuka, and Mike Green go back to back to back, and then Ashton Genty to the Falcons. Cardinals are on the clock now. No James Pierce, no Mike Green, no Malachi Starks. So we continue on.
Pretty interesting. And you got pretty deep into the tackle territory, as you mentioned. Like even a guy like Simmons, who's coming off an injury, went before you. So now you're staring down Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. You got Tyler Warren, as you mentioned, Ty Warren, the tight end, not in business there, not in business for Benjamin Morris, a talented corner from Notre Dame. But you are looking at Michael Williams, Kenneth Grant territory. Somebody we talked about, Walter Nolan. He didn't go off the board yet, right?
No, and I just want to point out you have 2 trade offers right now, and many scouts are reporting that this draft falls off after pick 20. So if there's a guy that you and Damon like that you feel like you can get in the early 20s, I think exploring a trade down is smart. But I'm not running this draft, and to say it's smart and then you do something otherwise, calling you stupid, I don't want to imply that either.
Let's take a look at who is calling up Monty Austinfort. In this case, Damon and Bo, knocking down our door for a potential trade up.
It's the Denver Broncos and the Chicago Bears. Now the Bears pick 39. We're going to dismiss them right away, I would assume.
You are correct in saying that and assuming that. And then the Broncos at what, pick 20?
20. Yep.
Yeah, let's look at a trade with the Denver Broncos.
So it'll be 20 and 16, and then you could try for 52. I mean,
let's try it real quick.
Okay. It was declined.
Declined. So now let's go with a third this year and a third next year.
Okay. It was accepted. So the Cardinals, by moving down 4 spots, 16 to 20, 2/3 from Denver, that you could use this year and maybe package up and come back up, do whatever you want to do.
All right, let's resume the draft. Broncos now on the board. Who'd they take?
I love it. Tyler Warren, tight end.
For them.
Yeah, I think Zach Stevens would lose his mind at that pick.
Does he love Tyler Warren?
He does. Yeah, he's. I've already seen a bunch of his content. A couple players that we didn't really have a whole lot of interest in Banks, in Captain Jack Sawyer and Benjamin Morris.
I don't mind Captain Jack
actually
going
off
off
our
the board. I don't mind that because number one, it means we don't have to pass on him, and number two, I knew you would never take him anyway, so I'm fine with that.
We actually red flagged him. He's not on the board.
Medical character concerns for how he handled the loss to Michigan. Damon's got a red flag on him.
Now, how do we feel about, let's talk through this, Michael Williams, or do we go down the draft? Because I don't like Shamar Stewart after what we talked with Fran about, the non-productivity, the sack and a half for 3 consecutive seasons. You're not going to change my mind with a couple Senior Bowl practice performances.
Am I allowed to give my take?
Yes.
I think the conventional wisdom would lean toward a champion in Kenneth Grant. Look what he just bludgeoned Ohio State, and I think that there was an obvious regression this year. No Harbaugh. That team was gutted. Yeah, you look at this kid, and he's so rock solid. 6'3", 340, nose tackle that can penetrate. He's only 21 years of age. If you're not taking Kenneth Grant here, I almost think about trading down again, because I look at Williams. I look at the kid out of Boston College. I'm not sure where our guy is from Ole Miss, but I just feel like there's more talent to be had. Where is our guy from Ole Miss?
Why don't you look up defensive lineman and just
I think he was in the low to late 30s.
Oh my
Somewhere
God.
in the 30s.
Okay, so D-line. So Walter Nolan. So you can't tell me if you traded down again and got an additional pick or two, like Kenneth Grant. What's the difference between Kenneth Grant and Walter Nolan? Like, I know PFF's got a difference on it, but the tape that I've seen of Walter Nolan, number one, he has no body fat on him. He's incredibly explosive. Like, I just feel like you want to take Grant, fine. Otherwise, I would try to trade down and get one of these D linemen.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's really a question of, like, do you want to get your defensive lineman here and your edge later, or your edge now and your D lineman later?
I mean, weren't you not the biggest fan of Mikel Williams?
Well, you got it. Wasn't he fighting through injury this year?
Yeah.
How do we feel about Scourton?
I don't know if I've got Scourton higher than like Mikel Williams.
Yikes.
Who did he struggle against there?
Texas
with their tackles.
Bad.
Yeah, I mean, they're all about this. I think I'll point this out.
And Jalen Walker, their rankings are criminal, and he's still on the board here.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
These two players are...
I'm okay with that.
Of the same caliber, in my opinion. Like, these two guys, I feel like could be top 15 players right now. And then I think the rest of these players are in kind of a class to themselves.
I'm putting my, I think you go Williams here off the edge, and then you hold out for a defensive lineman. We already traded we got a little extra draft capital. We got an extra third go along with our second. We could always trade down in the second round too, like Monty Osford has done.
I'm good with Mikel Williams. In my head, I'm just going to pretend like we picked Jalen Walker.
Okay.
What about, can I throw this out here? I'm good with Mikel Williams as well, even though it's not my choice. What do you think about taking Williams, pausing the draft, trying to jump up with the third that you added to try to get the D tackle Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss and getting aggressive to come up for him? Because I think at pick 47 right now, it's not likely that he's going to be available. I mean, like, trying to call up like one of these, teams and offering a third round pick. How do you feel about that?
Can you do that right now? You can trade.
I think so. Yeah. So let's just call the Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
But I think we need to see how the board plays out first, though.
Okay.
So I'm going to slow this down. We're going to take Mikel Williams. Okay. So everybody bear with me here. I like this pick. That's good value. Champion SEC defender. So I'm going to speed this up just ever so slightly.
Steelers go running back.
Yep. Texas, Kenneth Grant, Scourton, nothing. Still good. Okay, stop. Okay, so he's available. So I guess we could call Cleveland, right? And pick 33, 47, and then we could flip the Denver pick. Is anybody comfortable with that? No, they're going to accept it. What about a fourth rounder? You want to try that first?
Yeah, if we can hold on to it, it's just to get up. What is that? 12 picks?
Yeah,
14 picks,
15 picks to come up and get a D tackle, presumably Walter Nolan. Offering this trade, not accepted. I mean, what about if I don't like
tossing a sixth next year?
Let's go. Let's
sweeten the pot.
We'll do a fifth. Offering the trade. Oh my God, Browns! Come on, Browns!
You must like somebody.
Let's do 2-4. I don't have an issue with 2-4. Trying to win a Super Bowl, damn it! All right, 2-4 got it done this year and next year. So we are back on the clock. Now there's some interesting options here. There's another edge rusher that has caught our eye. And then, of course, we've got Walter Nolan available here. You guys decide. I mean, we've earned it now.
Yeah, I mean, I think you go interior here. I don't think you double up on because you're assuming you're going to get at least some bodies off the edge in free agency.
I mean, this guy, did he have a bad game this year? Good hell. I mean, this is one of the cleanest game-by-game grades I've ever seen for a defensive lineman. I mean, his only kind of hiccup is Arkansas, but I mean, he's just an absolute freak show. 6'3", 305. He's not going to be a second-round pick, but for today's draft, I just think it makes too much sense. Damon, you good with this?
Yeah, I think that's the pick.
Yeah, I was surprised to see how many edge rushers have emerged that I like here in the second round that just kind of keep filed away going forward.
Yeah. I mean, how many tight ends can we get drafted?
Yeah, Princely from Ole Miss. You got kid from Arkansas who had a really nice day today. But yeah, I think Walter Nolan is no doubt about it, the pick here.
It's a really good draft so far. I'm going to give you guys some credit. We'll crank up the speed here, assuming we're not going to do any more trades. Cardinals back on the clock, 78 and 84, gentlemen. Dylan Gabriel going to the Niners to pick 75 would give me life as an NFL fan. That would literally give me second life. Cam Scattaboo, as I scroll up here, falls to the Cincinnati Bengals at pick 49. JT out of Ohio State goes to Damon's Miami Dolphins. Don't hate that value, Damon.
Who went to the Dolphins?
The other edge rusher.
Ohio JT. State. All right, so now what we're looking at the board, I already see a guy I really like, can really kind of bolster, I think, what you want to do off the edge. In Bassa from Oregon. He had a really solid Senior Bowl. If you wanted to look at different spots outside of the defensive front seven, you probably need to take a look at some guards here and some tackles.
Is Bassa an off-ball linebacker, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, developmental tackle. We're not taking a tight end. I'm not going to pretend like I know.
You got Walter Nolan, so you got to think about what you have in your defensive line room now. So you've got Darius Robinson, Walter Nolan, Dante Stills, Justin Jones, Bilal Nichols. So kind of
probably set.
Yeah.
Could I interest you in a Tez Johnson? That looks tremendous during the Senior Bowl right now.
He's 150 pounds soaking wet. That's the only issue I have with Tez Johnson.
He absolutely cooked Penn State, but yeah, that
put on like a Lad McConkey type Senior Bowl practice performance. Wouldn't you agree, Johnny?
I'd rather not discuss that. I can't speak on that. This is where you guys, you interested? Can I interest you in a tight end from Bowling Green?
Look at that grade, man.
Harold Fannin was the best
guy play wide out?
in the country. He had like 1,300 yards receiving this year.
A 96 grade.
He had 1,600 yards. Good luck to him. He will not be a Cardinal. All right.
Yeah. Can we look at a interior O-lineman?
Yes, I like that idea.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable taking an off-ball linebacker at this time. Tate Rutledge potentially at 84. I don't like it right now. The rest of these guys feel like.
Do they have a tackle?
Yeah, I was just gonna suggest. I feel like
Donovan Jackson.
Donovan Jackson, was really good. Look at his playoffs. I mean,
he's also versatile. He played guard for 2 seasons before having to play left tackle when Simmons got hurt.
6'4", 320. Is he a true tackle? Here's what I do know. He's an older player. He's a senior, so he's probably pretty refined. Damon, the more I hear about the kid out of ASU, or U of A, it really feels like he's going to play guard at the next level, which isn't necessarily bad for him for the Cardinals. What about this kid out of Penn State? Dominant at times, yeah, but been a consistent right tackle. Had a big clunker against Indiana. Played well against Ohio State, though. I say you guys pick a tackle would be my vote.
Yeah, I like Donovan Jackson.
Okay. Damon, you go with that?
Works for me.
All right. Next up, last pick of the day, pick 84 for the Arizona Cardinals. Back on the board, probably a lot of the same names here. We've addressed, gentlemen, edge rusher, defensive tackle, offensive tackle. Do you get cute here and take a receiver? Do you look at, a non-traditional, non-premium position? I don't know if you can go back and take yet another third-round corner.
I think that you just did you just ate your vegetables for 3 straight picks. Let's have some fun. Let's make that Tez Johnson pick.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I wasn't going to tell you that should have been the play to swing your
He's
vote.
He's such a gentleman.
I think
a mock draft gentleman Johnny is.
I mean, this harkens back to John Brown, does it not? Late third, different universities. I get it, night and day. But I mean, speedster, undersized, can come in, play the slot underneath. Let me ask you one quick question before we make this selection. Is there any interest in looking at this right here?
No.
Oh, that murderer's row of names.
I don't know. Like for podcast listeners, like we're looking at quarterback, and Damon threw up in his mouth. Looking at Will Howard and Kyle McCord,
Riley Leonard,
yeah, and then was it Tyler Shuck? That's the only guy we heard positive stuff really consistently about, and he's just too far down. It's too early.
Here's an idea: Riley Leonard, and all of a sudden the tune push. But we replace it with Riley Leonard. The tush push for the Cardinals, all of a sudden, that's a weapon.
Okay.
Really nice 3-game stretch here from Quinn Ewers to begin Ohio State season. Did Jalen Milroe get drafted already? Yeah, he did. He went to the Browns. That's such a Browns pick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Any interest in reuniting Kyle McCord with Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Not in the third round.
Look at these numbers. Look at this production from our guy Kyle McCord.
I always believed in him.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard that about you. All right. Well, I wanted to pull this up here before my eyes started bleeding.
Sobering. That's what that is. It's very sobering.
Welcome back, Kyler Murray. We've never doubted you for a second.
Right before we make this pick, where is Gray Zabel ranked? I just want to know.
I think he already went, didn't he?
They have him gone already?
Almost positive he's gone.
Who's that? The
kid out of North Dakota State, Gray Zabel.
I think he went to the Bears. Yeah, he did. They have him listed as a tackle in here.
Early second, huh?
We would have had to use that trade up.
Noted.
Not interested. Not interested in that. No,
you're not interested in Gray Zabel?
Not if it means passing on an SEC defensive lineman. No thanks. Hey, thanks, but no thanks is what I would say to that. Hey, Gray, enjoy Chicago. They do a great job with O-linemen. All right, Tez Johnson. You guys comfortable with the pick here?
Yep.
Let's do it. I will say a little teamwork went a long way.
We earned an award.
A- draft. I mean,
yeah, we got low score for Tez Johnson at the end, but that's our little cheat pick right there.
It's our cheat meal. It's getting a little Arby's on
that. That was for us.
Yep, it's a little beef and cheddar with
everything else was for you guys for the betterment of the team. This one, Tez Johnson, that was our pick. A for Williams. What do we get? We don't get grades on the trades anymore.
I guess not. That's an A trade, though. I mean, a couple 4th-rounder ham sandwiches. Thanks, Browns. Walter Nolan. That's like having 2 first-round picks to me.
Yeah.
And
I mean, can you imagine the front 7 if that's what this draft yields for Monty Ossenfort?
Nick Rallis.
And some sort of like Monty Ossenfort can get that in some variation.
Yeah. If he wants it. I mean, this draft is don't you feel like this draft is the draft to like make a move up to get a couple impact defenders? Haven't we talked about the fact that we want to have this mirror kind of what the LA Rams did a year ago? Isn't that what we want to do? I don't know. I feel like
playoffs. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, I just feel like they got they had Byron Young, which could be Darius Robinson. Then they went out and got an edge rusher in the 1st round, a defensive lineman in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
I know it's not apples to oranges, but that's a good draft. It does feel good to share. It does feel good to be in unison with this mock draft.
What's funny about that, Bo, is I think me and you navigated that well, but like Johnny got everything he wanted.
He did.
He wanted Tez Johnson. He wanted that trade down. He kind of put that into our heads. Hey guys, what do you think about maybe trading up here in the 2nd for Walter Nolan? Does that sound like a good idea to everybody?
You get more bees with honey than you do with salt.
All 600 people watching were just like, this guy's manipulating.
He's the puppet master. Guys. Yeah, he's the puppet master.
Just pulling the strings.
Walter Nolan to the Cardinals. You asked me what my favorite player was right now. I think it's Walter Nolan.
We would have said it in unison, my man.
Oh my God, we're so lockstep. It's gross.